Hi Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. These are going to be general messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for October 1st through the 15th. I'm going to get right into this, pulling a wisdom of the Oracle energy. I know we normally start with the astrology. I'm going to be just weaving it in, and just a few of the transits that I think are going to be really relevant for you during this month. Okay, Spirit, any messages, crowning messages that Sagittarius needs to understand, guidance and wisdom. October 1st to the 15th, 2019. 2019. Good, good. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Okay, time to cut. Time to cut. Okay. Crowning messages. Sagittarius. Time to go. Okay, Sag. Time to go is the crowning energy, so let's talk about that before we pull cards. Also, before we start with that, was the message from the universe that I pulled during the pre-shuffle is be true to yourself. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Okay? Be true to yourself. Okay? It's a message from the universe. Okay, so let's talk about this time to go, because this is about endings and completion and walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience from the situation. The message here really is pretty clear. The path that you've been on with your work, creative projects, for many of you even relationships, business alliances, it's come to an end, and in one way or another, and you're not going to find the success that you desire by continuing with what is right now in front of you. But this is actually a very auspicious sign, because there's no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown here. So it's time to walk towards something new. This card always pertains to the more neutral concept of completion, right? You finish your task, you can rest assured that this ending is going to open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity for you, even better than you can imagine right now, as you've done all that you can with this person or this situation, and now you really have to trust Spirit, and trust that Spirit's going to keep the plan moving forward. Because fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life right now, Sagittarius, and remember that when you close one door, another one opens. And for many of you, listen, even if it appears that you've reached the very end of the line with a person or situation, all isn't lost. You're in a situation that's going to resurface again later, right, with this energy. So consider this a break rather than an ending, because destiny's in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact, because your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing. Your soul knows that. Your soul understands the synchronicity of everything. But it's that small self inside of you that has the doubts. But that's natural. And it doesn't have to map out your destiny. The soul does, right? So this is a time to really just trust in, what Spirit kind of has in store for you, Now, for those of you dealing with a specific relationship, and you're kind of in this weird space, not knowing what's happening, if this is resonating, guys, again, this is general messages, so you want to take what resonates, throw out the rest, and don't try to make it fit. And know that the energies could always be flipped. But for those of you within relationship in this energy, you want to understand that it's over, or at least the very least the form of this relationship has taken right now is no longer of service to you or to them. So this is a time of letting go and really knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion the way it's been. But that doesn't mean that anything is lost. It could speak to a breakup, could speak to drifting apart or the end of a soul contract, but it's more about the release than the destruction. Right? You know that saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's not yours. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it's not, it never was. You remember that old saying? Endings are always a sign of a new beginning. So if you want something deeper than what you have right now, walk away. Because this really does support taking a break at the very least. And this makes sense to me because we do have Pluto going direct to 20 degrees at Capricorn on October 2nd into 3rd. And that's all about deep internal lessons and doing a lot of inner work and acknowledging what isn't working for us anymore. Figuring out what's good recognizing that so we could keep it, because you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But this is all about power and completion and conclusion with the help of Pluto, pushing us to be the best version of ourselves, you know? Yeah. And I feel like there is going to be this culmination for you guys, because we do have the full moon at 20 degrees of Aries on October 13th. And what a lot of us are going to be dealing with is this Aries, Libra, Pluto situation. You know, we have Aries is assertiveness. Libra is about partnerships and fairness. Aries is male. Libra, even though it's a male energy, there's a femininity about it. And then we have Pluto in there challenging everything, creating these power struggles, right? A lot of projection going on in that energy. But then we have Jupiter is in there that's creating some harmony, right? Because Jupiter tries the sun and it sextiles the sun and it trines the moon, excuse me. And that's going to be bringing support to this challenging energy that many of us are going to be dealing with this month. So you might be, you know, dealing with some power struggles with an individual or within a situation, but you are going to have Jupiter in there to help you out with that. But there's definitely going to be this recognition, I'm getting very strongly, that you're recognizing a cycle that hasn't been good for you or for the other person that needs to end. You can't perpetuate it any longer. It just can't live beyond, you know, this cycle that we're exiting from. You know, October's all about a lot of karmic completions, man. A lot of completions this month for sure. All right, one more shuffle. You know, definitely. And then we have Mercury is going into shadow on October 12th. Doesn't go into retrograde in Scorpio nonetheless, but until Halloween. How cool is that? Going retrograde in Scorpio on Halloween. Things are just going to, might seem a little left to center, approaching the middle of the month. But let's see what we get. So I'm going to pull 2 cards for your past, and then 2 past cards for the person or situation that you're dealing with. So this can have to do with a relationship, a friend, something to do with your job. Okay? This is the present. And this is some fear cards. And then we go through these, I'll sweep this and we'll pull some cards for your blocks and for the outcomes. So Sagittarius, I get that you're coming from a space in your recent past where you very much, you first of all knew exactly what you wanted in relationships. You knew exactly what you wanted in your job. You knew what you wanted. The King of Cups is all about knowing what you want, knowing what's necessary to make that happen, not being afraid of commitment, not being afraid of work, not being afraid of responsibility, just not being afraid and understanding what's necessary and having the gumption to follow up with it. At the same time, getting that we have the Six of Wands energy, which really is the card of disrespect. So someone was treating you, or you were at least feeling disrespected by a person or a situation, and somehow things were not being handled fairly. There's this lack of fairness, but definitely this lack of respect in one way or another, right? So this could be you were really wanting to just go in and do your job, and you're just having to deal with a lot of really just difficult, negative coworkers, a negative, challenging boss, things just not being fair and just in the workplace. Certainly could be things not being fair and just within your relationship sector. Or it could be you feel like this could be one of your children, you know, and them being really disrespectful to you, or a parent or a sibling. But this idea where you showing up with a lot of willingness and them, you feeling very disrespected. And there being a delay. Because of the disrespect, there was a delay in something moving forward. So the person or situation that you're dealing with, I feel they were in a space of really wanting to give you everything. The Ace of Cups is an entirely positive card. It's about a whole new chapter. A whole new chapter. They wanted to start with you. They just really wanted to give you their heart. They wanted to give you opportunity. They wanted to give you a chance. They wanted to work with you for something. But then we have the Page of Cups energy. So I feel like while they wanted that, at the same time, they still had an issue with feeling completely comfortable in giving you all of their heart. Sagittarius, I feel like there was something either from their past or something within their psyche that was preventing them from being able to go full throttle into something with you, or go full throttle into allowing you to really explore this work opportunity, or to have more responsibility at work or something, you know, anything, however it's going to resonate with you. Because the Page of Cups is about emotionally holding back. And I'm not getting that there's emotional manipulation actually with this duo. Sometimes I get that because it depends on what it's paired with. I'm not getting that. I'm getting this, that there's actually, as much as they wanted to have all of this with you and really wanted you to be happy and wanted to be in this happy space with you, there was something within them that was preventing them from actually giving all of themselves. So this could be them still nursing past wounds from a past relationship, maybe not being completely over a past relationship, or still being very scarred by a past relationship. Maybe not that they even wanted it, but them still having this issue with commitment, or these intimacy issues, or this fear of abandonment issues that was preventing them from being able to show up in the relationship in the way that they really needed to show up to make this situation successful. Now, as far as where you are right now, we got the Emperor reverse and the Five of Swords. I have to tell you, I do not like these cards together, Sagittarius, because the Emperor reverse indicates, and this is the narcissist card to me. Now, it doesn't mean, as according to the DSM, narcissistic personality disorder, although it can. But there are, you know, there are gradations of the qualities of a narcissist. So some of them are gaslighting, right? Where they say things to you and they say they never said those things to you, or they say, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? And accusing you of doing things, and lots of deflection, and just making it seem like it's all you and it's not them. And it's definitely like this projecting onto you. And the thing is, if we look at this time period and what I mentioned about that full moon with Aries, you know, at 20 degrees, we have this Aries assertiveness with that Libra energy, with Pluto thrown in there. Pluto's going to be very much like this during this energy. So this is either you exhibiting these qualities or you having to deal with them, okay, during this time period. But regardless, there are going to be arguments. And I don't like to bring any negative messages. I try to be as positive as I can, but guys, life is all about ebb and flow. There's good and there's bad, and I'm getting that these first 2 weeks in October, you're dealing with either that Emperor reverse energy inside of yourself or somebody else, somebody doing wrong and just not even feeling, I'm not even going to say bad about it. It's like almost like they feel entitled. Okay? Now, the person you're dealing with, this is crazy. Okay, you guys are on completely different pages here. Whatever person or situation you're dealing with during this time period, Sagittarius, without question to me, according to these cards, they're on a very different path, because Ace of Wands is about willingness to start a new page with you. There's a Wands of willingness, right? This is willingness to move forward. This is motivation. They're ready to go. They're ready to attain the world. The world is the last card in the tarot. It is the most positive. It has all of the other beautiful energies in it. This is about ultimate utopia, ultimate attainment. And right now I'm getting that this is totally what they see in you. Now, I'm going to present two different scenarios that I'm getting. Either one, Sagittarius, we have to know ourselves, so don't come after me, okay? I have to tell you what I'm getting. Either they are feeling very optimistic and very positive about where you guys are going, and you are pulling some shady shit behind their back, okay? This can be. Where this conflict is actually within yourself to a degree, because you're not even sure what you want. This can be for some of you, and you're acting in a very immorally. Okay, this could be you partying a lot, you feeling very justified, you deflecting, you gaslighting, you doing all these things. That is for some of you. For others of you, I get that this person is total narcissist. All right, that I'm getting. I'm going to tell you why. There is without question the idea here that this person thinks they're doing nothing wrong, that everything is fine. That's such a narcissistic mindset, that everything is fine, and if there are issues, the issues are you. And I'm getting that for many of you, you are like, are you kidding me right now? You did this, this, and this to me. You expect me to be accepting of how you're speaking to me, of the situation that you set up for me to have to deal with, and yet you're trying to make it seem like I'm the crazy one. I am really not okay with that. And then being like, what are you talking about? Are you okay? What's the matter with you? We're fine. We're going to move forward and everything's fine. I never said A, B, and C. What's the matter with you? That I'm getting. Now, as far as your fears go, Sagittarius, your fear is that you're not going to be able to build with this person, because the Three of Pentacles is my architect card. This is all about creativity and building together. Togetherness, right? It's like one is you, one is them, and then one is this thing that you guys create, be it a foundation in your relationship, maybe building a home together, a business together, creating something together. There's a creation together. And in your fear sector is that will just never happen with this person, and that in your fear, you're afraid that this person is not going to recognize what they're doing, where they're going to come in and be that Knight of Swords energy where, all right, let's talk about what really happened. Let's speak our truths and let's just communicate and get the words out there. I'm getting that you're afraid, that's in your fear, that is never going to happen. Okay? And in their fear sector, we're getting the Two of Wands reverse, which is about them feeling this, they're afraid of their inability to move forward in this situation. And they're afraid of the lies that they're telling you. Because you're all about the truth here. You're fearing them coming in and being able to speak their truth. And they're fearing the lies that they've been telling you, Sagittarius. And they don't feel like they're going to be able to move. They're fearing they're not going to be able to move forward with you. I don't like that Emperor reverse. Give me more information on that Emperor reverse and the Five of Swords, Spirit. Emperor reverse, Five of Swords. What does Sagittarius need to know? Yeah. So, I mean, this is very clear to me, but I have to it's so interesting to me. I'm getting these two different narratives in my mind, and they're both making an equal amount of sense. So, this is maybe heavy cross-watcher stuff, I don't know. But I have the Five of Pentacles reverse, indicates feeling unsupported, but it being more mental than anything else. Feeling, because Pentacles is all about how we do connection, how we relate to each other. It's mental connection, it's physical connection, it's psychological connection. It's more than just resources. It's more than money. It's more than, tangible resources. It's those things, but it's this other stuff too. But in the reverse, it does indicate more of a mental perspective, right? So, and it not being there, this lack mentality when it comes to having what one needs to move forward in a certain relationship. And the Four of Cups energy is Four of Cups card is, for me, it's my checklist card, right? I always say that because this is about feeling disappointed and disillusioned in something having to do with something that you wanted to move forward. But it's also the recognition that you're not going to be willing to put up with things. Really, A, B, and C really have to be put in place for you to want to be able to revisit this. You're just really establishing in your own mind what you're not willing to put up with. But at the same time, there is an energy here about not really recognizing your own scars that still haven't healed. That there are still issues from your past that you haven't completely unpacked, and that it might be inflecting the way you're handling this particular situation. Yeah, okay. So whether it's you being the Emperor reverse and creating this conflict or having the internal conflict, the person that you're dealing with, they're feeling very disillusioned and they're walking away. Okay, the Eight of Cups is about moving to a healthier space because they don't feel like they're connecting with you emotionally at this point in the way that is necessary. Now, again, the energies could be flipped, Sag. I do have to tell you that. But you know what? I'm not even going to keep pulling here because it's pretty clear to me. Somebody is acting not very cool in this relationship. And there's conflict. And their excuse for behaving in this way is because they feel unsupported. They're saying that they weren't getting what they needed. They're getting that they're not. I'm getting that this person felt that they're not willing to put up with, more than A, B, and C, and they're kind of drawing a hard line in the sand. And there's this sense of entitlement about this bad behavior. And I see the other person feeling very, very hurt. You apply this as you see fit. You know yourself best, and you know your situation. But that's certainly what's going on here. That's very, very clear to me. But let's see what's blocking, and then let's get some information on the outcomes here. Okay. You know what? Listen, we go through things. Can't beat yourself up about it. Do the best we can in relationships, and sometimes it gets to a point where it's not working anymore, and sometimes we don't handle it the best. Sometimes the other person doesn't handle it the best, and we're just not strong enough or ready enough to leave yet. There was definitely not very cool behavior going on by one of you. I don't get by both. Okay, let's get some information here on blockages. Yeah, so I mean, the Magician in a blockage just means you're fearing the ability of not being able to make this happen, make it work. Now, obviously, it could be a relationship, or it could be lasting at a job, making it, really making it work. And a reverse Knight of Cups is there's this lack of willingness to open yourself up in the way that's necessary to move this thing forward. You're just not feeling it. You're not feeling it. There's something. You still have feelings, Sagittarius, but there's something that you are just not vibing with at all. At all. But I am getting that the person that you're dealing with, their block is the Emperor. So what this tells me, what this confirms for me, again, this is a general message, but I have to tell you what I'm getting. Because the Emperor reverse came out in that present situation, and this is showing up as their block. They're feeling blocked and not in connection with their Emperor capabilities. The Emperor capabilities is all about being supportive, showing up, being there mentally, physically, psychologically, knowing what needs to be done to move this forward. There's a sense of single-mindedness, but in a healthy way within this, where there's not a scattered energy. They're not all over the place. They're very in control. And this is blocking them, which tells me they're not feeling in control. They are feeling scattered. They are all over the place. And another point that's blocking them is the Temperance card, which is the alchemical card. This is all about combining what you need, what I need, and, and coming up with what the relationship needs. And this is about things being treated very fairly in the sense of karma. And guys, in October, karma is being served on a hot plate front and center to all of us. And this tells me that the ability to do that within themselves, for that recognition to happen, that there needs to be more empathy, there needs to be more compromise. It's blocking them. They don't have the ability of doing it. Okay, so let's just say that. I feel like now that Emperor reverse is somebody that you're dealing with. Okay, now another blockage that you're having is feeling supported. And we keep talking about this, right? This is coming out on all the cards for you, Sag. Yeah, and the Moon reverse. Secrets are coming out. I like it in the reverse rather than the upright, because better out than in when it comes to secrets. Right? Yeah. And this is you recognizing that you need to think about another path, because the Moon card is also about an alternative path to what you're on. So I'm getting that the truth comes out. You feel very unsupported. You are not happy with what you're finding out about this person or this situation. And you're very deeply entertaining the idea of which path you need to go on next, because you're knowing that it's time to go. You gotta go. And you gotta be true to yourself. Their block, Ace of Cups reverse. Okay? They are not able to give you what you need, what the situation needs, period, the end. They're just not. And yeah, I mean, sure they could, but the reason they're not is because they feel very disappointed in something that's gone on with you, very disillusioned. This is not showing up in a way in their life as they thought it should. And this is them holding fast to their checklist card, okay? I'm not going to put up with this, 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 and this. And, you know, because they did A, B, and C, I feel very justified to do C, D, E, and, you know, whatever. There's a sense of justification going on there. Get some outcome energies. All right, you know what? Better off, Sagittarius. The Chariot reverse means somebody who has gone off the freaking rails, okay? This is somebody who's gone off the rails. They're not living within their moral compass. They're acting very irresponsibly. But then I have the Two of Wands for you, which is all about you looking forward and you having that right hand, the world in your right hand, and you being able to see your future. It's just a matter of you deciding on which path to take. That's it. Which path is it going to be, Sagittarius? Because it's not going to be the one that you're on now. It's not going to be this one. Not right now. Spirit, let me know if the person or situation that Sagittarius is dealing with is going to come to their senses, please. Too many cards. Let me know if they're going to come to their senses, please, to create the outcome that Sagittarius wants or needs. Give me three cards, please. 3 cards. I just want to look at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got to go, at least in your mind. You got to go for a while, okay? That's the gotta go card, okay? Huh, 4 of Wands, though. 8 of Cups. 2 of Swords. Okay, well, so what this tells me, though, is that, okay, first of all, the 2 of Swords is about being at cross purposes with someone. So yeah, you guys are definitely at cross purposes, not only with this person but with yourself. But this is a space of waiting, not making any rash decisions other than the idea of, I need to deal with this right now and let me move away from it for a minute. And the 8 of Cups is all about, yeah, you moving on, you looking across the river for a new life for yourself, for stability. And now the idea is going to be, because this is all about stability, Sagittarius, you're going to end up being very, very stable, but you have to get away from this person or situation that you're involved with right now, because you have this 4 of Wands energy on the other side. Yeah, this is what I have. I mean, you guys, absolutely, you need to separate yourself, at least for a time. Is this temporary? Yes or no? Spirit. Is the separation from the situation temporary? Yes or no? Okay. I don't read reversals in my yes or no cards, and the Queen of Cups is a yes card, meaning that this is temporary. Okay, Ace of Swords reverse, Ace of Wands reverse. Okay, this shows me there's going to be some delay, and there's going to be some having to sift through what's true, what's not true. But at the end of that, conversation's going to be happening. Someone's going to be finding respect in this mess, and you guys are going to be able to come together and have a new understanding for this new space in your life, but it's going to be delayed. There's definitely going to be a delay. It can't happen right now. So you know what? Let sleeping dogs lie, Sagittarius. Take the space, take the time. Don't push anything. Don't push anything. Don't push anything. Let some time pass and see what happens on the other side of this. I do feel like if you feel very disrespected, the energy supports you moving forward and you ending up in a place where you're going to have a very, very strong foundation. Either way, you're going to have a strong foundation. But this is, you have free will. The energy does support you guys eventually at some point, not now, coming together and finding this mutual respect to have respectful conversation and empathy and acknowledgement and come to some sort of agreement where you can have this 2 of Cups energy, where you can have this meeting of the minds here. Yeah. And that is what I have for you right now, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time. Bye-bye.